Good morning, guys. It's day 5 on my journey and I'm feeling...
Stop. This is not working.
Who are you?
Well, I am you silly. I'm Philip, day 10. You see, people want to know answers and quick results and know so much about the journey, maybe. I can tell on the viewer numbers.
What? Okay, so what happens now?
Well, we will skip a few chapters and I will give a quicker version of this so we can jump in faster to the results and the science and what my conclusion is of all of this. So I say goodbye.
So guys, let's check my results.
Okay guys, the moment we have been waiting for. All I have to do now is to measure me and check my weight. I do feel that I have lost a few pounds. I feel like the cloth is a little bit more loose. And I feel especially over this area is much more tighter than before. I'm not so sure about the stomach, but let's see. So I measured my chest, which isn't that easy to measure, but anyway, 118 centimeters. So I haven't lost any on my chest. Maybe I don't have so much fat there. And my arms is, I don't know if you guys can see, that's around 41 centimeters. So 41 centimeters is 16 inch. So around my stomach and my love handles, because I am afraid that I haven't lost that much there, but we'll see. 92 centimeters. So that is like a 36 inch. So I've lost like 3 centimeters. So let's check my weight.
91.9.
Okay guys, if you haven't followed my vlog, the main question was, can you burn fat with your infrared light device?
Excuse me.
What do you want?
I just want to remind the viewers, if you like this content, please hit that like and subscribe button. It will mean a lot to us, right?
Are you finished?
Hey, if you're so ungrateful, maybe I will mess up your numbers. So I will go over there to the kitchen and eat some potato chips. Bye!
You wouldn't dare. You don't mess up my numbers. You got that? Hey, come back here. Luckily, I already weighed in and checked my measure, so he can't affect that anymore. So back to my numbers. So when I did my weigh-in on day 1, I weighed 95.8 kilos. And on day 10, I weighed in on 91.9 kilos. So that is a total loss of 3.9 kilos. I think that is around 8 pounds, I think. My measurements on my body remain the same on the arm and the chest, but around my waist I had lost 3 centimeters, and that is, I think, a little bit over 1 inch. So the idea was to maximize the benefit that red light treatment can provide when it comes in terms of fat reduction. So I had to make some changes in my life. So I followed a strict diet, I followed a workout schedule, and my priority was to sleep longer. So when it comes to the diet, I did a so-called low carb diet. So I had a total intake of 50 grams of carbs every day, and I had to spread that out for the entire day. And the reason why I did that was because I wanted to drain my body on glucose, which is like carbs in your body. It's a fuel for your body to get energy. I wanted to drain that because I wanted to force my body to burn fat cells instead to get the energy. And that is also a state that they call ketos. And I ate 0.9 grams per body weight. So I took like 95 kilos, multiplied with 0.9. Now I know there are opinions how many grams you should eat per body weight when it comes to the protein, but this is a number I took. I hear some people say higher and some others say lower, and I took something in the middle. And another thing when it comes to the carbs that I ate slow carbs because slow carbs takes a lot of energy for the body to digest it, which means that you are putting a lot of energy to digest it and you get less energy from the food, which means that you are starving your body a little bit and you're forcing your body to burn fat. And to get rid of the glucose in your body, I had to force my body to come in that stage quicker. So I actually did a 36-hour fasting. So the 36-hour fasting was that I just wanted to get rid of my spare of glucose in the body so I can come into the ketos faster. Anyway, that is something I don't recommend anybody to do if you haven't done 36-hour fasting. Another rule I had with my diet was that I didn't eat before bedtime. 3 hours before bedtime, I didn't eat anything. And that is because I wanted to force my body to burn fat more when I was sleeping. When it comes to my training, I did regular weightlifting and I also did high intensity training, 3 workouts. I did that, and I didn't do that because, and I didn't do HIIT training for 10 days because I was afraid to burn out. I wanted to be able to work out every day, so I did like power walk in the morning and power walk in the evening, and on the middle of the day after my red light session I went directly to the gym to do my workouts. So when it comes to my sleep, by doing my red light session and the workouts and my diet, I actually slept between 8 to 10 hours every day. I haven't slept that long for a very long time. Since I started with my red light, I've been sleeping like to the 7-8 range, but it was like I came up on a new level and it felt really good. And that is one thing too. When you're sleeping longer periods, you actually are burning fat in your sleep. So what does the science telling us? Well, first of all, I want to clarify 2 things. All the articles and the studies I've been reading are talking about 2 different light spectrums. And the first one is the red light. It has a light spectrum between 630 nanometers up to 700 nanometers. The other light spectrum is the near red light, which is the light that we can't see with our own eyes. It has the light spectrum between the 700 nanometers up to the 900 nanometer range. So that is a light wavelength that goes deeper into our body, and that's therefore it can stimulate our muscle tissues and even bone. So there are articles and studies that show that both the red light and the near infrared light can stimulate the body to burn fat. But the studies and article I've been reading about is only mentioning the red light on the light spectrum between the 630 up to the 680 nanometers. So I picked up 2 studies and 1 article. I actually had a third one, but the third article I think was from Los Angeles, and I thought the result and the way they did their research on was very similar to the Brazilian. So I'm just gonna mention the Brazilian studies and 1 article that actually catch my eyes. So the first study was made in Brazil and it was on 20 people. They didn't change anything in their lifestyle as I did. The only thing they changed in their lifestyle was that they were adding in the red light therapy session. So they did 2 30-minute sessions every week for a 4-week period. And what happened was that they lost 1 inch around the waist. So that was almost the same result as I got from my 10-day period. But the only difference is that I made a huge effort to burn fat in those 10 days. So the second study was also made in Brazil and it was made on 65 people, but they did the study a little bit differently. They measured the thighs, the hips and the waist, and they were aiming the red light on those areas. So I think there were attempt to try to sculpting sculpting the fat reduction on your body, and maybe see if you could aim the areas you wanted to lose fat reduction. But the result was quite impressive. After the study, the result was that when they added the loss on the thighs, the hips and the waist, the total loss was 3.5 inch. And that was something also they didn't do anything differently in their lifestyle. They only added in the red light therapy sessions. So when I've been reading all the articles and the studies, they have very similar results. Now there are a lot of different articles that are mentioning the red light, how it can affect the fat reduction in our bodies. But there was one article that caught my eyes that suggests that the fat cells can begin to leak when you are doing red light sessions. And I'm gonna quote this article. During red light therapy treatment, when the light penetrates through the skin, it creates pores in your fat cells, liquefying the fatty acids within the cells, causing them to leak. When this occurs, this cell shrink and the body metabolism naturally eliminates fat through the waste. So after I read this article, I immediately felt like this is actually backing up the study result that I just mentioned. And there are maybe a possibility that you actually can aim the light on your fat storage area or your problem areas. So what is my conclusion with all of this? Well, first of all, I have to say I am a skeptical person. I think I'm scarred from my education from the university and folk high school. That is actually something I learned there, to be critical with new studies. And the studies I've been reading is small studies. I wish there were more people they made the studies on. But the results are very interesting and quite impressive because they didn't add in anything else in their lifestyle. If you compare it with my experiment, I did changes in my diet and try to improve my sleeping routines and followed a strict workout schedule. So I did a big effort to burn fat in a shorter period of time. So my conclusion is I think my attempt to force my body to burn fat in a shorter period of time maybe wasn't that successful. But then again, I lost 8.6 pounds and it was quite remarkable too that the only place I had lost any measurement was around my waist, which was actually the only place I aimed the light on. So what I'm gonna do from here is that I'm gonna extend my time. I'm going back to my old routines where I am only doing 3 and 4 times sessions per week instead. And I'm gonna put in more rest time between my workouts. But I am gonna still hold my diet. And I'm gonna extend this and maybe do this more on a 20-day period. So we'll see what kind of results I can get from that. So guys, if you found this video useful or even fun, please hit that like and subscribe button. It will mean the world to me if you did that. And even so, write in the comments if you have any wishes of type of content, or even so give me some kind of feedback on any advice that I can improve my videos. So I hope you guys will have a great day, and I hope I see you in the next video. Take care. Bye!